Hello, my name is Praline and I am here to talk to you today about what it's like living with microscopic colitis. I did a video before explaining the series of unfortunate events that led me here to be with microscopic colitis for the rest of my life. Forever and after, for better or worse. I'm just gonna kind of share a couple things that I've learned in the last year. Mind you, I just officially got diagnosed about a month ago, but I've been suffering from the symptoms for a calendar year already. So if you're here because you have this, you're not alone. I'm here for you. Reach out. I'm serious. Because I know throughout all of this, one of my only comforts was YouTube and, blogs and watching other people, how they're surviving and coping and getting through their days. It was a really big comfort to me. So if I could just be a comfort to one person, whether you have microscopic colitis or any other thing on the spectrum of IBD, I know how hard it is. It is a struggle every single day. And I think we are a group of the strongest people. And, we are the silent sufferers. And I know that you're probably just as tired of hearing, oh, well, you look great. You look fine. Okay, yeah, I lost 25 pounds in 6 months. So I don't feel great. Anyway, first and foremost, I would advise you to buy this book by Wayne Persky. This guy is a true hero. He's a real one. He also has this forum called PerskyFarms.com where everybody that has this disease gets together, talks, shares. It is the most informative thing ever. It's great. It's a blessing. Please go and read and educate yourself and know that you're not alone, because I really thought I was, and I'm not. I learned a lot reading this. I got through it in a couple days. I highlighted a bunch of key points, and it really taught me a lot, because when I got diagnosed, my doctor didn't really give me much to work with, so most of my research has been done online. First and foremost, well, I guess second, because I just said to buy the book first and foremost. Secondly, the most important thing in getting a handle on the situation, taking the wheel back from this disease, is your diet. I cannot reiterate that enough. I eliminated gluten, I eliminated soy, and I eliminated dairy, including casein. Immediately I saw a change. I felt better. Not 100%, but I felt a lot better. My BMs went down. I didn't have diarrhea all the time, constantly like I used to. I didn't have the hellfire in my stomach anymore. But the hard part about that is my friend, she's a registered nurse. She actually used the term Russian roulette, which I loved, about eating food with this condition, because that's what it's like. Sometimes my body will react fine one day, and the next day it's like, no, we don't like this, and we are gonna give you hell for the next 3 days, So I would advise to keep a journal of everything that you eat and the way that your body reacts to it, whether it's instantaneous or the next day. Just log everything. Log how you're feeling, log how you're sleeping, just for yourself and for your doctor later on, Also, it's important to know the difference between a flare-up and just a reaction to a food sensitivity. One day, let's say last week, I took my chances and I ate 2 chicken tacos. I know, bad idea. Horrible reaction. My body was messed up for 3 days, because if you have this, you know what happens. If you don't, when you eat something that your body is sensitive to, it creates an autoimmune response. Basically, your body thinks it's sick. It needs to fight something in your intestine, and it just goes in there and it just wreaks havoc. It just fights itself. It's just in there fighting its internal war, same as me. So it's difficult, and it's difficult to know if it's going to continue. Like, am I going to continue to feel this way? Is this an actual flare-up? Am I going to stay with these symptoms? And it is mentally exhausting dealing with this condition. This is the hardest thing I've ever been through. I imagine will ever go through, because it is so spontaneous. It's so out of your control. It's unbearable most days, and it's very hard to explain that to somebody that doesn't have it or doesn't have anything on the realm of IBD, you know? So I'd like to say, this is a hard one for me. I had a really traumatic childhood. I'm not being dramatic. I just had a traumatic childhood. It is what it is. And followed by that was a bunch of stress, and I was just wound so tight. I mean, my whole life. Insomnia, from the anxiety, it goes on and on. It's just a cycle. And the last couple years, I went through a lot of things that were out of my control that really put me under high stress. And that combined with the environmental factors and my genetics, I brought this to light, this microscopic colitis. If I hadn't been so stressed out, maybe these symptoms could have laid dormant. It wouldn't have flared up. I don't know. I'm not a freaking psychic, but I do know that I did play a huge role in this. And this book by Wayne really drove that point home. And towards the end of the book, I even started to get a little frustrated and mad at myself. So I would just say, please be nice to yourself. Please be patient with yourself. If you need to stay home for 3 days in your pajamas and watch Netflix, do it. Don't apologize. Don't feel bad for canceling plans. Don't feel bad for rescheduling. Don't feel bad for not being able to work full time or work at all or go to work. Like, focus on your health. Focus on you, because this was not a choice that you made. It happened to you, and that is not your fault, and you're not alone. And I completely understand how much it sucks. But do not add any more stress to yourself. You started out stressed out. You got the symptoms, the physical symptoms, then you started to get stressed out about that. And then if you got your diagnosis, you started to get stressed out about that too. And it's a vicious cycle, and it's going to make your symptoms worse no matter how you tweak your diet, or you do this, or you rest, or whatever. If you don't stop stressing, it's not going to get better. That's it. Those are my main key pieces of advice. Maybe I'll do another video at another time, but I don't want to bore people. Living with microscopic colitis is something that I'm going to have to do for the rest of my life, and I'm barely kind of learning how to ride this bike. Like, I just got my training wheels taken off, so I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm not experienced. I'm not a seasoned veteran at this, but I'm learning as I go, and if I can help one person, that's what matters to me. And I love you guys, and I don't know. Maybe I'll do a couple more of these in the hopes that they do reach a couple people and comfort them. But I just want you guys to know you're not the only one. And please go to this forum, the Persky Farms forum, and reach out to people and talk to them, because there's people that have been living with this for 20, 30 years that have way better ideas of how to manage it than I do. And yeah, that's it for now. Thank you for listening. I know this was kind of a long one, but it is what it is. All right, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.